You've probably heard it your whole life. Save your money. Live below your means. Stack cash and you'll be set. And for a while, you know, that advice made sense. But here's the uncomfortable truth that no one wants to say out loud. Saving money might actually be keeping you broke. Because if you're only saving, if your plan is just to stash cash in a bank account and hope for the best, then you're not building wealth. You're sitting there, you're sitting still while everything around you gets more expensive. I mean, for example, just take the past couple years with the pandemic that went on. You've seen housing prices soar. You've seen groceries go crazy. I mean, look at the price of eggs now. They're finally starting to come down a little bit. But to get back to it, inflation doesn't care about your savings. And the interest your bank gives you, what? That 0.0001%? It's a joke. So yeah, saving feels smart, but in today's world, it might be one of the most dangerous financial habits you can have. Let me explain why. I used to think I was doing everything right. I wasn't buying expensive stuff. I skipped the coffee runs. I tracked every dollar like a hawk. You know, be frugal, live within your means, all that good stuff. And still, nothing changed. I look at my bank account, my balance, and I just think, why am I not getting ahead? At first, I thought I was just not trying hard enough. Maybe I needed to cut back even more. But eventually it hit me. The problem is it wasn't me, it was a strategy. Because saving alone doesn't build wealth. It just preserves money. And in a world where prices keep climbing, preserving money isn't the same. Preserving money is the same as watching it quietly disappear. The advice is to just save. The advice to just save made sense 50 years ago. Back when interest rates actually did something and houses didn't cost 6 times your income. But today, it's a different game. And playing by the old rules, it's just a great way to lose. But that's when I realized, if I wanted real freedom, real financial freedom, real options, being able to take back control of my life, I needed to do something else. Something more powerful than just stacking dollars and hoping for the best. Now, here's the real part that nobody really explains when they tell you to just save your money. Inflation is a thief. Let's say you save $1,000 this year. That's cool. But, it just sits in your saving account, untouched. Meanwhile, prices are rising, rent goes up, groceries cost more, eggs are $3,000. No, I'm just playing. Netflix hikes their fees again. So your $1,000, next year it buys you less. You didn't lose it, but you kind of did. And let's be real. Again, what's your bank paying you in interest? Go on ahead. Check who you bank with. If you have a savings account, check and see how much interest that they're giving you on that account. I bet it's like I say, at best, 0.03%. That's not growth. That's just what we're holding. That's just what we're holding on to while it just gets worse. It's like putting your money into a time capsule, but when you open it later, half of it has evaporated. Now here's the other trap. People think that saving equals safety. That having cash in a bank is a smart move. But that only works if your money is doing something. And if it's not growing, you're basically playing a game of defense that only rewards offense. Now, think of saving like putting your money in a bunker. It's protected, but it's not helping you win the war. Meanwhile, investing, it's like building an army. That's going on the attack. That's the stuff that buys you time, freedom, and options. But most people never make that switch. They hold on to savings because it feels responsible. But feeling responsible and actually being financially free, come on, it's not the same thing. And here's the wild part. Your money's probably losing value while you're watching 10 hours of financial advice on TikTok. You don't need more advice, you need action, a better strategy. And that starts with understanding this. Saving is a tool and not a plan. And the third lesson, cash flow is better than a cash pile. Here's the shift that changes everything. It's not about how much money you have. It's about how often the money comes in. Now I understand, you may be thinking, oh, I'm sitting on 80K, 90K. Yeah, wait until you have that money. You're gonna be like, okay, what can you really do with this money? That's like a down payment on houses these days. No, you're gonna be more so looking into how much is this mortgage gonna be on this house? How much is this car payment gonna be? You don't want to go tie all your money up, especially for a car on a depreciating asset. You don't want to go tie all your money up into a car, $40,000-$50,000 car, and that's just not the best way to approach things. That car's not earning you any money unless you do some other things. We can get into that later. Go rent out the car, whatever. But you want that money to work for you. You want to be able to cover that mortgage. If your mortgage $4,000 a month or something like that, you want to be able to make that money every single month. Because if you just have that money just sitting there, that's obviously going to go down over time. It's going to run out eventually. You want that cash flow. So, let's just wrap everything up. So look, saving isn't necessarily bad. It's not evil. It's just incomplete. If all you're doing is hoarding cash and hoping that's enough, that's not building your future. You're building a glass house with no foundation. Your money should work harder than you do. And if it's sitting still, it's falling behind. And in a world where everything costs more, speed matters. Here's the plan. Don't panic. Don't overhaul your whole life in one night. Just start small. Like write down one skill you can learn this month. Or put $10 into something that actually grows. Like an index fund. You can use a micro investing app. Whatever gets you going, it doesn't matter. Because once your money starts moving, your life does too. And if this video flipped the way you think about saving, even just a little, please hit that subscribe button. I've got more coming that'll challenge everything you've been taught about money, freedom, and building life that actually works. Let's grow. Alright, so this is the end of the video. Just gonna let it keep going because I caught this dub and I'm gonna need you guys to witness this. So enjoy the rest of the video over some lo-fi music, and thank you.